I am one of a few who actually gives a damn about what I am feeling. I am one of the few that gives a damn about what other men are feeling. For you see, men go through a lot. Unfortunately, they are not permitted to talk about it, which I think is straight and utter bullshit. If the movement has to start with me, which I think some people have already called this a movement, if it has to start with me, then it just has to start with me as I drive home tonight, and then when I hop on the in studio a little bit later. I have a few things to say to a few people, and I'm going to address them for the absolute last time. And the last sentence that I am going to say to them is something that they will never be able to comprehend. Yet I am going to say it, and I'm going to say it with all my masculinity in place. Why am I doing this stream right now? Because a fellow named Delbert Yates Jr., i.e., Del Yates, i.e., the person that cost me many a contract with his lies, and he'll never admit to them, made it personal. He made it very personal when he involved my wife in his slander. When he said earlier today in a message to one of my Facebook pages, which I am since going to take down, when he said, "Are you still playing that depressed gig?" Listen, you son of a bitch. Just because you don't know what depression is doesn't mean you have to put down people, men and women alike, that actually go through depression. I go through it along with my wife. Secondly, you, Del Yates, involved my wife, which is a no-no, by saying, "I bet your wife is pissed at you for being lazy and sitting your fat ass on a couch all day." I am paraphrasing as I'm saying this. First of all, Del, I've lost many a body part. I've lost many an organ, which put me in a state of depression in the first place. That knock upside your head you took from a foul ball didn't put you in depression, so you won't know what I am going through. I don't expect you to know what I'm going through. I don't believe you will ever know what I'm going through. Next on the list, the moment you speak of my wife, no matter how you try to get to me, you've opened Pandora's box. For you see, there's a lot of evidence over the past 13 years that I have against you. All the harassment, because now this is a case of harassment. This is a case I am going to file in Chicago next weekend. Why am I doing it next weekend? Because I am due to be up in Chicago to call a couple of football games. I beg your pardon. I plan to be in the Chicago area, in the Gary, Indiana area, beginning in November and all the way through March to call many an event up that way. If you so should have the balls to show up and say something to my face, which you don't, because you love hiding behind a computer, making many a Facebook profile, making many a Facebook ID, making many a Twitter ID, or an Instagram ID, or whatever social media that you use, which includes YouTube. If you have something to say to me, you rotten bastard, why don't you say it to my face? Why don't you actually grow a set of balls and say it to my face? But given the fact that you don't have a strong marriage like I do, given the fact you don't have a strong life like I do, given the fact that you have cheated life many times over, and I know this from people who have spoken to me and I to them, you won't have the balls to come to me, even though you will know where I am, and my wife will be with me. Say it to my face, you stupid son of a bitch. Next on the list is my ex, Jody Dials, who is known by a different last name. Bitch, don't you ever in life contact me again. Ever. I ran because of you. I ran away because of you. I ran and hid because of you and your abusive ways. And you're still being abusive toward me, and now you have the fucking nerve to request a friend to make a friend request on Facebook from my wife, which I'm happy to say she promptly deleted. You did the same thing to me, and I promptly deleted it, and I will continue to delete it, and I also have blocked your ass. You will probably see this, but I won't see any responses from you. You have no balls either to come to me and say things to me that you want to say. And I know there's many things that you want to say. You ain't got the balls to say them to me. Let me say that again to the both of you. You have no balls to say them to me, and you never will have the balls to say them to me. Third, lastly, is my old roommate, Dabu Denabifer. You dumb cum bucket, actually having the nerve to reach out to me to tell me you would help build my website after you locked me out of my website 10 years ago and lied to me saying that you didn't do it. I traced everything back to you. I have the evidence with me, okay? And it's not going anywhere. But the thing I can do to all three of you, to you especially, Daboud, is to ignore you. When I unloaded on you in 2015 after you supposedly kicked me out of your home, which happened to be your mother's house, you stupid bastard, I unloaded everything on the air about you, and I will happily do it again. I have been doing it, although I have kept it private as such. No more. Every time you contact me, if I allow you to contact me, because I have since blocked your punk ass, I am going to tell a story about you that I know about you, and only I know about you. You want to try to expose me and try to regain my friendship? I'm going to make sure that it's the toughest thing you will ever do. I also made a proposal to you. Since you want me to help you gain followers to your fucked up back ass with stupid ass sports network, which you don't know how to build, and I do, I made you an offer. You laughed in my face. Fine, the offer has been withdrawn and will never be drawn again. I am not helping you for free, and I never will help you for free. I made that mistake 10 years ago. I will never make that mistake again. Now, these are the people that are going to hear a sentence from me that they never thought they would hear from me, and the sentence is as follows. I forgive you. I forgive you for your wrongdoings. I forgive you for the times you wronged me. I forgive you for the times that you have spoken ill of me and my family, including my daughter, who is unfortunately deceased. I forgive you for everything that you have spoken ill of, every time, I should say, that you have spoken ill of my wife, Jody. My wife, Jody, doesn't deserve your words, and neither do I. So I'm going to put them in a bubble of forgiveness, and I'm going to send it on its way. I'll say a lot more when I get in the house. Out.